Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something new. I'm going to be telling a story time while you get ready with me. So to get ready, I will be doing my makeup with the Beige Cosmetics Take Me Back to Basil palette, and this is pretty old and beat up, if you can see. I've had it for almost 3 years now. So yes, the if you see me looking down, I have my stuff in this bag, so I'm going to be looking down a lot so I can get out. So yes, I am a recent college graduate. I am a Jamaican, as you can see from my profile, and I used to attend the University of Technology Jamaica. So when I decided that I wanted to experience living on campus, I was in the final semester of my final year of school. So I was basically getting ready to be done, and I wanted to experience campus life before I left. So UTech does not have a huge variety of, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be using concealer, so don't come for me on that. UTech does not have a huge variety of dorms. I will admit I didn't do a whole lot of background and research on all that before I came to do this video. I am just talking strictly off of what I remember from my experience there. So none of the dorms are mixed. You have the Amy Jace Garvey Hall, which is an all-female hall, and that was the one that I was living on. And then you had an all-male hall right next to that one called Farquharson Hall. I'm probably butchering that, but it doesn't really matter because that's not the one that we are focusing on. And then they have the Loam Halls, and I don't remember all of the names of those, but just to give y'all some background on what the Hall of Residence situation is like over there, in case you're Jamaican and you want to look into that. They also have a hall that's exclusive to sports people, but I'll admit I didn't see that one until I was basically done with school. So yeah, but like I'm saying, none of this is really necessarily important to the story. I'm just telling you about them to give some context. So when I decided that, oh, I'm sorry, like that information was actually relevant to the story, because the Loam halls are double occupancy halls, and Amy J. Garvey Hall and Farquharson Hall are both triple occupancy dorms. Yes, three people in a one room. Three people in a one room. So when I wanted to do it, I don't do living in small spaces with people. So I wanted to be a part of the Loam halls. And as it would have it, because I was not a returning student and I was not registering to be a part of the Hall of Residence thing at the beginning of the school year, I was registering at the beginning of the second and final semester of the year. So I guess they just decided that, you know what, this girl come asking for a double occupancy hall, and she never been lived here before, so we're going to ignore her request for that. and put her anywhere we feel like. So while I was there over the Christmas break waiting for any confirmation that they accepted me onto the Halls of Residence, when I finally received that confirmation, they told me that I would be on the Amy J. Scarvey Hall, which was a huge problem for me because, like I said, 3 people in one room. So I said, cool. It's not like I could change my mind at that point, because not only was I doing this to get the experience to live on hall, I was also doing this because I live out of town, and all of my classes for that semester would have been night classes, and night commute from Kingston to the outer parishes, them not pretty. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try and make the best of this situation, and just went ahead and rolled with it. So for me, the price to live in a triple occupancy dorm for one semester was $77,000 and changes. What if I money to live with 2 other people? So pay them their money, got my confirmation, got all the information that you need to live on hall, what I need to bring, what I should I bring, room number, etc, etc. So moving now, the first day I went there to move my stuff in, I met one of my 2 roommates, and we're gonna call this person Jill, and not her real name, nowhere close to her real name. And Jill was pretty cool. At the time when I was speaking with her, from what I could understand, she was a second year student. So I was like, cool, we're in the same faculty, so I thought, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, something we can relate to each other with. Now, please remember, I'm in my final year, and UTech has 4 years. So she had a little bit for me. So she had been living on hall since coming to UTech, and knew all of the nuances, and I guess she decided that she wanted to inform me, which I'm completely fine with. I'm open to acquiring new information. So in the room was a bunk bed and a single bed, 2 closets, 3 chest of drawers, 3 shelves, and a fold down table that was mounted to the wall. So she informed me that the top bunk was mine, and I was like, oh, okay, on what grounds? The other person wasn't here yet, so what would make the top bunk be mine? And she let me know that they had a roommate the year before, first year girl and thing, and I guess she couldn't deal with the dorm life. I was quick to find out why, and she decided to rent for her second semester, and she was sleeping in the top bunk. The single bed was for the dorm senior, like that's not the word that she used, but I can't remember the exact term that she used, but some senior person slept on that bed, and she was on the bottom bunk. So I said, okay, cool. I had expected this because I didn't come at the beginning of the semester. I came in the middle of the year, so of course my bed would be whichever bed the person whose space I'm taking had vacated. So I said, cool. Wasn't going to be sleeping. Wasn't going to be sleeping there the night because I didn't have everything, so I would have to be coming back home for more stuff. So I left my stuff there. She told me where I could put my things, which dresser I could take, which shelf was mine, and she was pretty helpful. Have to give her that. So went and came back the Monday to start living there. So on the Monday she wasn't there, she had gone back to her home, and I met my second roommate, and I'm going to call her Trish. Now I was not particularly drawn to Trish when I met her. She just gave off, I don't know how to describe it, but her vibe wasn't there, and I didn't want any smoke with anybody. And all these people were dorm veterans. Now, she was a nursing student, third year nursing student. So, unlike our other roommate, there was not much I could relate to with her. So, as the other girl had let me know, she was some form of senior on the hall, and she was letting me know what was what and this and that, and maybe it's just me, but all of what she was telling me about the storm, I know that they weren't her rules. She was just regurgitating what they told her. It sounded kind of dumb to me, and I'm like, okay, I have to be a part of 3 committees on the hall. I have to go to emergency meetings that were like midnight on school nights. I would be scheduled to clean the entire floor, the bathrooms, which were shared by I think 33 or 34 girls, between 30 and 39 girls. I don't remember the exact number. So I was like, okay, but of course I'm not going to tell her that I'm not with all that. And I said, cool. We didn't have much more to talk about. They had a friend that lived a few rooms down that would come over every now and again. And I guess since I was giving off a vibe like this shit is stupid, because ain't no way I was going to join three committees in my final year of school on dorm. I have so much things to do. No. So anyway, if I don't summarize this story, I'm gonna be here all day. So I was almost never in the room. I always had something to deal with, school-wise assignments, studying, seminar stuff, which I will talk about in a different story time. And this girl started to not like me. So I was like, I had a friend who lived on the Farquharson Hall, that's the all-boy hall, and he majored in the same thing that I majored in, and he's cool with them. He's like on all the committees on his hall, so he knows them and thing, and he let me know that sis was telling the other girls on hall that I think that I'm better than them because I came on the hall as a final year student. When I came on hall, when I went on hall, because clearly I'm not there anymore, I'm done with school. When I went on hall as a final year student, and they were telling me that I would be dealt with as a fresher. So I had to use all the freshman facilities, the freshman fridge, the freshman this, the freshman that. I would be scheduled to do things around the hall as a freshman. And the way how they did it, freshers had more tasks to do than seniors. And me are bad people. So I wasn't going to be doing all that, and they all had a problem with me and thing. One day she confronted me in the room and said that when she met me she thought I would be a nicer person, and I said to her that that's unfortunate that you think I'm not nice, but you have to see with me, this is my final year of school, so I have to focus on that. I don't have any time to be coming to your meeting, making noise in the middle of the night with y'all and XYZ. So she dropped it, or so I thought. She did, because a few days later we were in the room alone and I was getting ready to leave for class. This might sound petty, but I don't think that I remember this girl going to any class for the entire duration of my time living there. She was always doing something dorm related. I know it's a cultural thing. They have been living on hall since they started university, so that's what they're used to. If you're a former hall person, I'm not coming for you, because I'm aware that it's the culture and it's what they're used to. She was on the phone with somebody. Oh, I get a shape body. Yes, she decided on me. I put on her 1 foot of shoes. So I look on her and she look away. Ignore, cause I'm old. This girl has got to be old, like what? I think she was like 19, and at the time I was like 21. So I'm like, girl, bye. Like, I am your elder. Have some respect. So she continued doing this for a couple of weeks, and I kept ignoring her because I'm like, I'm a final year student and I'm really not about to jeopardize graduation and go into my classes so I can get my degree and leave for some petty shit. So I didn't do it with her. At the end of the semester, the resident manager told me that I would not be accepted onto hall for another year. Now bear in mind, this is nothing to me because I was done with school. So out of curiosity I asked why. She said that my roommates had problems with me. I wasn't cleaning the room. I wasn't being, what's the word now? I wasn't being nice to their guests. Now mind you, I don't remember what the second girl was called, but we're gonna call her Trina. Trina was a hoe. She would have guys over like every night. My hands are messed from the makeup. She would have guys over every night, and I think their visiting hours ended at 11. So started at 5 and ended at 11. I like every other night it would be a different guy lie down in that single bed with her, and I'm like, that's so not classy, because it's not like you're the only person in the room. It's not like it's you and your friend. And she and the first girl, they were close, so I guess they were pretty accustomed to each other's tendencies. So for the first girl, it was like nothing. Her friend would be in there with a different guy every day, and she would be so unfazed. She would just be there on her laptop and some online shopping thing or whatever. So when that girl started to pick on me, I said, okay, I might not be all about on a dorm thing, but I read, and I know that what you're doing is not right. So I was there, you know. I'm on my top bunk and she's on her single bed, and I'm on my phone, like I'm ignoring them, and I'm like snapping pictures of this girl, the different guys in her bed, and I'm like, sorry for the background noise. I'm gonna wrap up this video now. But anyway, long story short, it's a big thing for them at the end of the semester to be able to get back onto dorm, because if you don't get back onto dorm, you have to rent. So you have to get your grades up. Well, that was a new stipulation at the end of the semester. And seeing that I've never seen that girl go to class, I doubted that she made it onto dorm the next year. But just to make sure that she didn't, when the resident manager said to me that I will not be getting back on dorm because of this and that, I said, okay, cool, like it doesn't really matter to me as long as I get back my 10 grand fee for the room, because they made sure that they hid like all of the things that I got with the room for myself, so I didn't get it back. So explained that to her. I guess she thought that I was being vindictive or whatever. She didn't believe, so I said okay. I just forwarded her an email with the pictures that I took throughout the semester, and noted that you can do whatever with this information that you want, and just bye. Like, none of y'all gonna see me again. I'm done with school. I don't think any of them really believed me when I said that I was done. And even though I don't know the outcome of what I did, what happened from what I did, at least I have some peace in knowing that when I was telling everybody that, yo, this girl's a hoe, this girl is harboring people in our room for longer than she should have, that little petty revenge at the time was so much fun. Like, it was enough for me. I didn't even really care what happened after that. And I guess I can say that's a bit mean or vindictive, but it is what it is. What it is. Like, if you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. I went back later that year to collect my degree, and I saw the first girl. She gave me the dirtiest look that her little face could muster. I'm like, okay. So I know that I was somewhat successful in what I set out to do. And that's satisfaction for me. So I'm done with this ashy looking makeup. For now, all of the products that I use will be linked below if you think that you will be able to apply them in a less ashy manner. I will link them below. But yeah, and that is my college roommate horror story video. I hope you watched to the end. This is probably the longest video on my channel, and I hope you liked it. If you do, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and come back again for another video. Bye.